can't even keep up with the chat. You've got plenty to talk to, and the time goes by really rapidly. I'm just letting you know what I went through.
Yeah. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Flying Fluffy Hockey live review of the Panthers 4-3 victory in Game 3.
I should post this and shame you on. I mean, this is ridiculous. This is absurd, Kyle. You have a problem.
How's everybody doing? So the Panthers win 4-3 in Game 3, and we take a 3-0 series lead. The Panthers have won 3 straight games in every series these playoffs.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Yeah. I've not thought of it that way.
Jeff says, growing up as a Wings fan, got to enjoy 97, 98, 2002, 2008. Guys, nothing is like winning your first one. 97 meant the most to my previous hockey life. If we're really doing this, please soak it all in. You never get quite that feeling back.
Yep. No, I can understand that. You know?
Hey, Jackson, thank you for the 2.
Thank you, Jackson. I'm just over here with the dog.
Says, one more win. Get it done tomorrow. Hell yeah. Sports Short says, hi, Kyle. Sorry I was not in last night, but let's go. Juice Pimpson says, good morning. And growing up in Minnesota, I've never seen my hockey team win. I, however, also cheer for Florida and Toronto. So, Wizard Winston says, get the chicken wings and the cold ones for tomorrow night.
Yeah, we're gonna be prepped. We're gonna be prepped.
So, speaking of Game 4, tonight is Game 4 between the Mavs and Celtics. So,
is that right?
Yeah.
There's a viable chance that there's two straight sweeps back to back.
It's possible. But you just said the S word.
Well, you can say that after Game 3, you're allowed to say that.
I am?
Yeah, I mean, it's not. It's you can't avoid saying it at that point.
I see.
It's 3-0.
Jackson says,
to not say it would be like acting like you're scared of it at this point. You know what I mean?
Jackson says, I want us to sweep the Oilers for what they did to Barkov in Game 2. Barkey's goal last night is great payback, but it's not enough.
I think they're going to get a Kachuk series winner.
Yeah, one game away. Yeah, still business to take care of, but we are on the verge.
Like I said to Kyle last night, the good part is that we got a little bit of that, the nervousness out last night by giving up those couple of goals.
Yeah.
So I think if we get a lead in Game 4, I think we'll be better prepared to hold it. I wouldn't mind like a Game 7 Boston-ish last year type of thing, where we tie it late and then win it in overtime.
Are you sure you'd survive through that?
Overtime to win the cup is that would be pretty sweet. Where Hagee slides over with the puck between the circles. Skinner cheats because, damn it, it's for Hagee, and they leave Kachuk alone back door, and Verhaeghe passes it to Kachuk to tip in, and then we get to see Chucky's reaction, instant reaction to winning the cup with a goal.
Colin, I believe Erod would still be on the first line.
Yeah, you're not going to see any changes. Unfortunately for Lomberg and Cousins, it's just,
58 says if we go to overtime, remove all glass objects and cups and tables around jaws.
That might be true. That definitely might be true. I think I'm safer standing behind the couch lifting. Only thing I can hurt there is myself, which I'm done.
So yeah, the Panthers. We took the early 1-0 lead late in the first. Then the Oilers tied it at 1 in the second. And then we scored 3 unanswered goals in 6 minutes and 19 seconds. and then, of course, we ended up giving up 2 goals in a nail biter of a third period.
Yeah, you had to know they were going to come out swinging like that.
And Barkov ended up with the game winner.
Yeah. Barkov had a hell of a game.
Brian says the analysts and announcers sounded so sad.
Yeah.
Love it. Guitar Crow says we need a compilation video of all the lowest of the lows of Fluffy, recaps, rants, clean house, sell, trades.
Yeah.
Kenneth says such a tough one. I want you guys to win, but I also want to see more hockey.
Right. Yeah, I understand that. Talked about that last night in the recap. It's just like, click, it's over. Yeah. It'll just be over. I don't know what motivation Kyle is going to have to not sleep till noon now. Huh? We'll just after a couple of days off, we'll just switch to noon Miami Dolphins live reviews, and we'll talk about free agency. Oh, that's great. I said you get a couple of days off.
Brian says Fluffy the pup deserves his name on the cup.
Yeah.
You are going to be so jubilant after what we hope will happen. Is probably you who's going to need the several days off after all the partying.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes. Depends on when we win.
iDog says, "Let's go Dolphins. We're going to pay Tua $65 million a year." Oh,
that's funny.
Well, what would be even more hilarious is if the Dolphins don't give Tua that contract and he decides to hold out.
I don't think he's going to hold out. I mean, he's under contract.
Well, yeah,
So,
I guess it's fortunate that there's still a year left on his contract.
Fluffy's just over here getting a massage.
Get Fluffy his own cup.
Yeah, there's going to be all sorts of merch, that's for sure.
Well, first the Panthers need to finish the job.
Yes.
Hey, Trey is here. Guess what he said?
I can't imagine what he said.
And he's shouting it in all caps. So, hey, Silva, thank you for the 5.
Hey, thank you, Silva. Thank you, buddy. Thank you.
says, if we win, I'm gonna donate $100 collectively, and messages laced with the most putrid trade deals. David says, I want to thank Ekblad for holding that puck against the wall in the final major seconds.
I think I closed my eyes. Or, you know how like you like zone out on your eyes where your eyes are open, but you're just like not, you're just like, just waiting for something to end, like you're getting a shot at the Dodgers or something.
Yeah.
Like it was like that. I just stared at them, just knowing that the puck's just not going to move. Just don't move the puck. Just don't move the puck. Don't move the puck. I mean, they killed, 20 seconds there at the end along the boards, right?
Yeah. Eisenite says, I want to win Saturday. Otherwise, we have to wait 3 more days at minimum.
Yeah, the last thing we want is 3 days of it could happen, it could happen, it could happen. I don't want to do anything with having remotely close to do with that. Hey, thank you, Jeff. Thank you, buddy. Thank you, Jeff.
Says, guys, I don't know if I can handle this. I'm afraid I'm going to wake up from this dream.
No, just stay even. Just stay flatlined right now. If anybody, I know it's a different sport and different circumstances, but if you need any kind of reality check as to what could happen, just go back and watch the last 5 minutes of Dolphins Titans? How many minutes was it?
Like 3, 4?
Yeah, just go back and watch the last 4 minutes of the Dolphins Titans game from this year, and you realize, oh, crazy things do happen. They just have to go out there. I just wonder if Edmonton's going to be broken, or if they're going to, how much gas they're going to have in the tank to come out hard and heavy.
Well, they must be like, we put goals past, more than one goal past, Bob, and we still lost.
Right. So I'll do this.
Owl says there's never been a cup sweep in the lockout era. Oilers have never let an opponent lift the cup on their home ice.
Is that right? Oh, why can't my
Let's see.
Okay.
Kids fun. What's the insane stat that they posted the other day? Could you explain?
Trey, you're not supposed to give it away. I says if we win, Jaws will do the recap drunk. That's actually possible. What do we got up here, by the way? What do we got up here? Hold on a second. Let me see what this is.
Florida Panthers. The Florida Panthers had 54 seconds of puck possession in the offensive zone during the second period versus the Oilers. Wow. They scored 3 goals in that time span.
Wow.
So if you're only looking at offensive zone time, that's 3.
This makes sense, Kyle. This would make sense as the celebratory wine. It's the cat wine. Yeah. It's literally cat wine.
Yeah, if I picked that bottle from the last box for a reason.
All right, well, there you go. There it is. I'll have my 2 sips of wine and pay for it for 3 days, but that's okay. That's okay. Yeah. All right, what you got?
So, Jeff says there was a time when the Stanley Cup Finals was always a sweep in the 90s. Crazy to think it's been since 98. I was watching that one.
I'm talking with Trey. Trey's got premature. It's okay.
Joe Tack says, I have a cigar and drink picked out just for the cup. I just need them to finish it. Well, yeah, the Stanley Cup will be out on that ice
Yes.
during
Definitely not shirtless, eyes. Definitely will not be shirtless.
Jeff.
But drunk could happen. It's more likely that I'll have one sip of the wine because that kind of tends to make my stomach upset. But the other substances would probably be rapidly inhaled. It's more likely that it would be a stoned recap than a drunk recap.
Jeff says that was cool seeing Lomberg dressed up in the locker room, getting excited for the guys. What a teammate it has to suck sitting these games out.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Kids Fun says, here's a crazy stat. Since 2003, if the Florida Panthers are up after 2 periods, they are 68-0-4.
Jeez. That can't be since 2003.
Maybe
Maybe
it
2020?
2023? Because
yeah. I mean that would be an odd stat for 20 years.
Yeah,
Trey. I don't think you jinxed it, Trey. Don't worry. I'm just laughing. Oh, what about a playoff beard montage? I'm going to be shaving that shit. I tell you that much. Kyle and I be shaving on camera just like last year.
Since January 2023.
Okay. Hey, Rings. Hey, I haven't checked. I'm going to check that out a little bit later this afternoon, Rings. I got to mow some grass today.
Brian, win game 4.
Civil says, my thoughts on Lusteroy and Lundell in a second for Nurse and 10% retained. Oh my God. Not even if they added in 2 number 1 picks.
Eisenite says Drake picked the Mavs and Oilers. Imagine if both get swept.
Al says, also be shirtless the next stream to give the Oilers a break from that damn St. Patrick blessed shirt. I ain't saying nothing about our record with that shirt. Okay, all I know is Kyle bought it for me when he was on his birthday trip.
John says, I think they mentioned on TV that Bob has been in goal for 38 straight playoff games.
Oh, yeah, I guess all the way back to whenever he started last year against Boston.
Owl says it really annoyed me that McDavid and Dry said cup or bust this year. Like they were entitled to it in their first finals appearance.
Right. Well, I mean, getting there last year and losing taught us enough. That's why we're playing the way we are. I just love how as the game goes on, they gain energy. It's so beautiful to see.
Reigns
yeah, exactly, Ring. Sorry, go ahead, Colin.
I want the Panthers to win because I don't want the Oilers to have any confidence, and then we lose another game at home.
Civil says, wasn't the birthday trip the one that started our losing streak? Yeah. He we were telling him that he can never. The Panthers started losing and Ellie died, but then he came home and brought the shirt, and so as long as he's here, it's okay. But next year we got to plan your trip, so there's very few games, if any games.
Guitar Crow says, what's the pecking order of lifting the cup?
I would assume that it's going to go Barkov, Ekblad, Tkachuk. Bob? Or Barkov, Ekblad, Bob, Tkachuk. Chucky's not going to lift that. In my opinion, I don't think he lifts it before Barkov, Ekblad, and Bob.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure the captain should be the...
Yeah, I would think Barkov, Ekblad, Bob. Yeah. Then Chucky. And then after that, you just start passing it around.
Owl says Panthers have been clowned for years for picking Ekblad instead of Draisaitl. Last night, Ekblad won a board battle for 20 plus seconds. to save the game for us.
John, unfortunately, Matthias will not be here tomorrow night.
He won't.
I'm going to say this once, and then I'm not going to say it again because I am just going to allow it to be part of life and not get myself aggravated about it. But on Father's Day weekend, in the middle of the Stanley Cup final, your mother decided to make plans to take him to a Stevie Nicks concert tomorrow night in Hershey, and he can't come. So I can either burn down the world over that or just accept it. Either way, the kid ain't going to be here. So it's just going to be you and me.
Ice says this is possibly the second time a team I cheer for will win after a horrible loss the year before, the other being the 2003 and 2004 Boston Red Sox.
Yeah, I think Okposo will finally get his goal. I hope so. Sybil says Barkov, Ekblad, Bob, Kachuk for Hagee, Forsling, Reinhardt, Bennett, Cooley. Huh. Rings. Well, I have my moments. Yeah, Guitar. I agree. I'm glad Kulikov is back for this. Next year we'll complete the circle next year, and we'll win it again. But Gabranson will be on the team.
iDog says if Okposo scores the cup-winning goal, we need to give him the same contract as Bob.
Yeah, Farming. I've seen that before. I've seen that argument where there's no ice in Florida. It's like, but I mean, that is just one of the. I get it. People need to have. What I've noticed, because I saw people asking about it on Twitter, what I've noticed is compared to the U.S. fan base, the Canadian NHL fan base is just absolutely bonkers. But when it comes to football, U.S. football fans make the Canadian hockey fans look tame.
Yeah.
Because at least the Canadian hockey fans, they might get out of line, but it's hockey out of line. It's like it was the ref's fault. This guy's a rat, right? The football fans, the American football fans are like, well, at least my quarterback didn't murder his, they bring up everything, and they're crazy. There's some crazy people. So it's been different watching this, and the Edmonton fans are just different. They're a different breed. They're a completely different breed. I've seen some stuff on Twitter that has just melted my brain.
Silva says, what if next
Ring says what? Canadian hockey fans have burned down a city or two before. That's actually accurate. That's actually accurate.
Silva says, what if next year we get Marshmallow back? It looks like Vegas isn't interested. They don't have space for his contract.
Where would he go? I mean, where would we put him? Right? You're not going to lose Reinhardt for Marcia, so right? Right? Zito?
George says, hard to believe that the Panthers haven't lost since that heartbreaking overtime loss in Game 3 of the Rangers series. That Reinhardt overtime goal in Game 4 really was the turning point. You were right, Jaws.
Good point.
Dana says, we walked around Rogers Place Arena, the Ice District last night, and they were salty. They were talking shit. They were telling us that we are fake fans. We don't know how to spell hockey.
Oh, my God. Oh. Wow. I cannot wait to shave this beard. It just won't. You see, at least yours curls, right? It's got like poofy curls. Yeah. Mine is like, it's like straight and now it's curling. My hair did the same thing. Mm-hmm. Like it would it would be kind of straight and then would just curl. I had ringlets. My beard is doing the same thing. Like, you see, this is ridiculous. I can't get it to lay down. It's like coming here and then it's just like curling. Another month,
Yeah.
I could make wings.
So
That's funny. That's true about the Canadians at birth. Well, what sport was it that Philadelphia rioted about? Was it the Eagles losing?
I'm not sure. It might have been the Flyers losing.
Let me see that. Let me see.
Aaron says, looks like we may owe Buffalo a fifth for Okposo now.
Oh, geez, is that? Yeah, we'll take it. That's fine. Let me see if there's anything on here about Eagles.
They rioted the Eagles winning.
They rioted when they won.
Yeah, the Eagles fans have thrown batteries at Santa.
Yeah, they rioted when they won. That's backwards. Jeez, at least the Canadians got it right. They rioted when their team lost. Leave it to us to riot when it's funny because early on in the channel, the first couple of years, Matthias used to try to predict the score of the game and tell me who was going to win. And a couple of times he predicted the Panthers were going to lose, just a regular game in the middle of the year. And there was 2 times he got so mad that he had predicted a loss, but they won, that he punched holes in the walls. That's a true story. Hey, MJ.
Thank you for the.
Hey,
20.
MJ. Thank you. Wake up.
Thank you.
Huh? I'm gonna start brewing coffee. For next year, we're gonna have to get you hooked on coffee.
No.
Huh?
I forbid it.
Well, come on, wake up.
MJ, thank you for.
Thank you, MJ. It's freaking 12:30. Huh?
I already had tea.
All right. Go ahead. Read
Thanks
MJ's
for
super
20.
chat.
Says, hey, Jaws and Kyle, thank God it's Friday. Wonderful win last night. We are 1 win away. The dream is about to be reality. I love it. Calais Campbell signed with the Dolphins. Wells Fargo fired employees because they faked working.
They faked working. Yeah, I got to catch up on the Dolphins stuff, but I'm a little preoccupied right now. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's okay. Next year, Kyle's going to do the reviews with me at like 7:30 in the morning, like Stu used to. And then the noon show is going to be a 2-hour football and hockey show that's live on both channels. The terrible part is he thinks I'm kidding. All right, here's the deal. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
The deal is if the dog is not alive, then we do it my way. If the dog is still alive, we keep doing it this way. If the dog is not alive, you don't have to cover for me for hours during the day at times. Massaging me ain't gonna get you out of life, you know. Eventually, I'm gonna be dead. There's gonna be nobody in the massage, and you're gonna have to work for real.
I just become a massage therapist.
All right, read the chat. You got an answer for everything. I wonder where you get that from.
Says, greetings from Sweden, you awesome dudes. Bring the Stanley Cup here.
What time is it in Sweden right now? What time is it? Oh, you're a good boy, Fluffy. Let me go give him a bit of attention. He's been good. He gave me
Hot Dog says, how come we tampered for Brady and we lost the first, third, and seventh, and we didn't even get any players, and yet the Falcons tampered for 3 players that they got and only got a 5th taken away? Well,
because there's, in case you guys haven't noticed, there seems to be a, shall we say, attitude about Florida.
well,
isn't that, everybody, there's a lot of people that dislike Florida for a lot of different reasons.
Well, I think it's because the Dolphins were stupid enough to tamper with Brady twice, and also try to tamper with Sean Payton. I think it all depends on what the NFL determines is the nature of the tampering.
You ruined my nail.
Owls, that is fake news. Owls saying Kyle is now willing to give up the cup to be able to sleep in. That's backwards. I need the Panthers to win the cup so I can shave and sleep till noon.
Well, the news that, don't forget, Kyle. Watch this. This is going to be fun. I want to sit down for this.
Enrico says, guys, keep up the great work with your streaming.
Thank you, guys. Thank you, bud. So don't forget, Kyle. Don't forget that once hockey season's over, you've promised your mother lots of time this summer.
Well, I mean, I've basically been. Well, yeah, I've been waiting.
Yeah.
To get to Hershey Park.
Yeah. Anyway,
you're not gonna catch me complaining about that.
Yeah.
So, Owl says, "Lol, there's a Reddit thread about the Oilers fans being mad. They have to accept the Leafs fans' complaints about the Atlantic being too difficult."
Right? No, the Atlantic is a brutal division.
Yeah.
It is.
7 Atlantic teams in the last 6 finals. Yeah, because
you count Montreal.
Yeah.
Yeah. And was there no. Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Sofo says, would you rather have Peyton, Brady, or McDaniel Tua? At the time that the tampering took place, probably Peyton and
Coffee, don't start whining. We're almost done, buddy. We're almost done. What happened to the chat? Oh, come on, phone.
Says,
don't you hate it when your fingers are too fast for the phone and you end up clicking on things that you're not trying to click on?
Hot dog. Montreal played Tampa in the finals because that was the year all the divisions were realigned.
Yeah, that was the COVID year where Canada had its own division. Is there any other team besides Montreal and possibly Detroit that have reached the Stanley Cup Finals in both conferences? No, I don't. There's not been a lot of movement that way, right?
Toronto. Yes, Toronto used to be a Western Conference team.
Yeah.
But they have not reached the finals since they moved to the East.
Yeah. Go, hot dog. You cannot shave yet.
Kids Fun
says we have to finish.
Kids Fun, since the announcers were horrid, never said what the Panthers are doing right, up 3-0.
Well, towards the end of the third period, they got into a somber mood. They were very much, they were complimentary, saying this is what a championship team looks like and how relentless we are. And then, of course, immediately we started giving up goals. But there's no asterisk on the cup that says, well, they won the cup, but they gave up 2 goals one period. You know what I mean? You just win that sucker. Hey, MJ, is that a new one?
Yeah.
Hey, MJ, thank you, brother. Thank you, MJ.
So I've been thinking about the movie about Jaws, and the ending is Jaws, Kyle, and Fluffy being escorted down the center ice, get the cup from Bettman, and lift it, and a freeze frame in Eye of the Tiger from Rocky 3 place.
Fluffy, you want to go on a flight? He never. I don't think he'd make it on the drive down there at this point.
Let's see.
I'll bring him a snack. I have about a 20-minute window where I can do something before he starts whining and
The
crying.
Panthers have not lost a game in regulation since May 14th, a month ago today.
Jeez. Was that Boston or Tampa? Because I know we lost the game in Tampa in regulation. It must have been Boston. I don't remember losing to them in overtime. Good score.
Let's see.
All right.
Florida Panthers YouTube channel says we went from 6 fans to 100,000 subscribers today. The Florida Panthers YouTube channel.
Yeah, the YouTube channel. They got new people running it. They do a good job. I mean, look, they should have that many subscribers. At one point, they only had the same amount of subscribers as I did. And that should not be the case for a professional sports team that can pay somebody to create content all day, you know. But it's good for me because the way the YouTube algorithm works, you know, that's what some people don't understand. They think it's like competition. Like some people thought like Florida Hockey Now is competition or something. That's not the way it works. A lot of what goes into the algorithm is search terms. So if people are watching videos about the Panthers on the Panthers channel, those people are going to be showing my videos. So the same thing with George's. So it's not a competition. I think some people think it is, but it's actually the opposite. The better that any of us do, the better we all do, because you know, you watch one video on the Panthers, YouTube's going to show you somebody else's video on the Panthers.
Hey Jackson, thank you for the 2.
Hey Jackson, thank you, bud. Thank you, Jackson.
It says Panthers YouTube channel hits 100K subs.
Yep.
Someone else asked how the dog's doing. He's doing okay.
He's all right. I didn't get a lot of sleep last night. There are some nights when he's really comfortable and we sleep. And by that, I mean like 4 hours. And then there's a lot of nights like last night, you know, every 20 minutes, a half hour, he's up walking around changing positions because he can't get real comfortable. So I keep getting woke up. We were outside early. It is too hot. So we came back in and we got maybe a 40-minute snooze. But that's all I'm getting right now is like 40 minutes here, a half hour there. So it is what it is.
Florida beat the President's Trophy winner, the previous President's Trophy winner, and a previous back-to-back Cup winner.
Right. What did somebody say about Ryan Reed?
Farming Panther says Ryan Reed is currently sobbing in a Tim Hortons.
He kind of disappeared on us. I'm disappointed. I thought he was going to hang out the whole year. If we win, he'll probably show up to say, well, you won't win again next year.
Tuck the Puppy says, as a Stars fan, I'm excited for y'all and for us to clash against y'all in Finland next season.
Oh, that's right.
But for right now, go finish off Edmonton in the words of Mortal Kombat.
Yes.
Finish
them. Yeah,
finish
thank you, bud. Yep. Yeah, no, I know there's people that would like them to win, you know, in front of the home crowd, but like somebody said, it'd be an extra 3 days. Last thing we need is 3 days of the media. Can Edmonton do it? Can they pull it off? Screw that. Come out tomorrow night, you know, get through that first period. To be honest, the way I think that game's going to go is one of two ways. I don't think it's really going to go this way, but it is possible that we just come out and bury them, kind of like Vegas did to us. The other possibility that we really haven't seen at all this series is Edmonton goes into the third period with like a 1-goal lead, and then we use our superior conditioning to score 2 in the third period or tie it and then win it in overtime. Might go that way.
Yeah, it's possible the Celtics finish the Mavs tonight. Curse you, Mavs fans.
Yeah. Hey, Jeff, thank you, buddy. Thank you, Jeff. Thank you.
Jeff. Says, dumb hypothetical. Say we win the cup and we're not allowed to next year. Who would you like to see win it 2025?
Rangers.
Rangers
or the Bruins.
No.
You want to ask me why?
Why?
Because if we're not allowed to win next year, we can still have a possibility of winning the year after and the year after. So if the Rangers or Bruins win on a year we're not allowed to win, then that's one less team that's likely to major. It's tough to win 2 in a row, right? So that would knock one of those teams off of the list of, oh my God, we finally won a cup. It was a hypothetical.
Let's see.
Good, buddy? All right. What you got?
Trey says Utah, if they win the cup next year, they would have to stay Utah football team.
When did the results for that thing?
Well, there was the team name isn't going to be chosen until the middle of next season. For this upcoming season, they are going to be known as the Utah Hockey Club, and they're going to choose the name and.
Why is humanity getting dumber as we go? How hard can it be to pick a name and create the merch? How hard can it be? It's just not that deep. I mean, it's a big deal, but it shouldn't take that long to just. It's so stupid. You're gonna have a whole year of just a garbage name like that.
Let's see.
It just makes people look dumb.
Poll closes next week.
Maybe that's just my opinion.
John, thank you for the 2.
Hey, thank you, John. Thank you, buddy.
Says, cry or hi, Henry. That's not very nice.
He abandoned us. He left. I haven't seen him, and I think he came back for like one. No, he made a comment after the Panthers had won game 2. He made a comment on one of the videos. He said, Edmonton in 5, Oilers in 5. I was like, who wants to tell him?
Let's see. They are doing it to sell 2 sets of jerseys.
Oh, jeez. Yeah. Fluffy, are you going to be okay, buddy? Come on, settle down. This is what he does sometimes. Sometimes for a full 45 minutes, he will just be so full of anxiety and walking around.
It needs to go through 500 different bureaucrats and marketing studies and other BS before they just pick a real name.
Right. It's just humans are de-evolving in some ways, I think.
Let's see. So,
no, we can't come down. I can't go. I can't leave the house for an hour without the dog. Just no. I can't. That's for sure. Unfortunately. We'll have our own celebration here.
Eisenstein says, did you see that an Oilers fan edited Wikipedia to add the Oilers to the list of teams that come back from 3-0 deficits?
That's why you don't trust Wikipedia, right? Jeez. And that's why we need to finish this in 4. Because the enjoyment of winning in front of the home fans will be juxtaposed by 3 days of Oilers fans claiming that they are going to pull it off. I don't want to give them any room for that. And I don't think this team will. I have faith that this team is going to put the final nail in the coffin on Saturday. You're a good boy. I'm sorry it's so hot outside. That's part of the issue is he's bored because he can't go just outside and lay in the sun and the nice weather. And now we got at least 2.5 months of this garbage. And we got a heat wave coming. Go ahead and run the check. I want to
So,
see this.
MJ, thank you for the 10.
Thank you, MJ. Whoa, I can't do that with the glasses on. Thank you, MJ. Thank you, buddy.
It says, once the Panthers win the cup, so many things are going to change. It will be similar to when the Cubs won the World Series. I also think we will no longer be a laughing stock.
Well, there's always going to be some people that aren't ever going to give us respect. But I think we'll be comfortable with where we're at. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So there's a lot of excitement, obviously. Game 4 is approaching quickly.
Yes.
Tuck the Puppy says, hope is a dangerous and a lethal weapon. Don't let the Oilers breathe.
No, I agree. I totally agree. It got wonky enough last night with them getting that second late goal. That got a little bit hectic. There's no.
So 58 Music says, I still hold a grudge against Jay Bowmeister's dad saying that Florida didn't deserve a hockey team. If the Panthers win the cup in Canada, it would be nice.
Yeah. I never understood, the gatekeeping. I just don't understand it. I don't understand why anybody that would be a fan of whatever league wouldn't want it to be as successful as possible. Now, I understand how in football, the league has just gone, kind of batshit crazy with where they're going to have the games. Another 10 years from now, they're going to be trying to have freaking games on the moon. Well, it's an untapped, it's just it's absurd. Some of the requirements and the travel and everything that they're putting on the players. But I mean, Canada lost being the only country. Well, they were never the only country. Well, yeah, it's Canadian sport, but there were still American teams. So I don't understand the idea of because it's warm weather down there, down here, down in Florida, that they shouldn't have a hockey team. I mean, it's the same people that will have the hockey is for everyone stickers, but not if you're from a warm weather state. It's just that is so stupid is not the right word. Ignorant. That's the word I'm looking for. Yeah.
Occam's Razor says, I felt bad when the Expos left Montreal. Too bad a lot of folks up north are so petty over a Southern team winning.
Yeah, I remember the Montreal Expos. Hey, Rosado.
Hello. How you doing, buddy? Says the Hungry Cinnamore says, the way I see it, any league should want their sport to spread. It is the only way to grow the game, increase the possible player pool quality, and profit from the game.
Right. Yeah, and I see a lot. I've seen the old, the Panthers have it. I've seen Canadians talking about how their team should have some sort of salary cap credit because of the difference in the tax situations. I mean, it's just, but you never know what. Sometimes when teams bitch, does things, right? Like the Bills made that big deal about how the Dolphins stadium is not shaded on the one side. And in the 2 years since then, miraculously, Buffalo has not had to play in the September heat in Florida. So sometimes the stupidest gripes, things that sound stupid to us, the league actually looks at it and does something. Take this Band-Aid off. There you go, Kyle.
So, let me see. Maybe Edmonton needs an MLB team.
Huh. Well, there's still Toronto, right? Still the Blue Jays, right?
Trey says, man, if Skyler had made that one pass, the new Bills stadium would be a dome because Buffalo would be too cold for the Bills.
Yeah. Yeah, it'd be a long time before I forget about that. You know? Jeez. All right, I'm going to get the chat back on my phone. Kyle is slowing down.
Irizado says he's going to Aquatica tomorrow. Hey, that's pretty cool.
That's cool.
Eisenite says, I'd still like to see Quebec get their team back. Jackie Leeper says, too many people who say Grove a game are the same ones who are the extreme goalkeepers. It's frustrating.
Right. Yeah, the gatekeepers, yeah.
Occam's Razor says, Sabres need to fire everybody. That organization is a train wreck. I thought they were already in the process of doing that. The Miami Heat will play the Washington Wizards in Mexico City on November 2nd.
Jeez. It says we got to stream Euro 2024.
No.
What is that? Soccer? Is that what it is?
I think it is.
I can't imagine streaming a soccer game.
Eric Weinstein says, I must be getting old because I can't remember a single fiend from our first round against the Lightning.
Yeah. All I remember about the Lightning round is that we lost game 4 when we would have had a sweep. We got waxed in that game. That was the game like we were talking about. That was the game Sergachev came back, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
thank you, Colin. I appreciate that.
58 News says, Kyle said no before he even knew what it was that Rosado wanted him to say.
Kyle is ready for the Panthers to win. He is ready to check out and go on vacation. He's still he's come a long way. I give you credit. He's come a long way. I'm going to have to die for him to learn what every day, all day work ethic is. But hopefully that doesn't happen anytime soon. By then you'll be so famous that it won't matter. You're gonna get off easy.
Kenneth says, I think the Sabres issues they need to change division's top 4, refuse to rebuild in the Atlantic.
Costa says, I predict Florida will win the Cup 4 straight times. Holy crap.
Hey, MJ, thank you for the 2.
Hey, thank you, MJ. Thank you, buddy.
Says,
thank you, MJ.
Will you have champagne on hand for the cup?
No, we got wine.
We got wine.
We got wine and other substances. Alcohol and me don't usually agree. Kyle can drink the wine. I can have like a little sip, but it kind of upsets my stomach. So I have other celebratory substances that it'll be just fine. It'll be just fine.
Robert says soccer is a lot like baseball. It's fun to play but boring to watch.
I mean, I could see streaming a baseball game. You know what I mean? You got to be in the mood to do it, right? Because calling balls and strikes and whatnot, that's a bit tough. But soccer is just no insult to soccer fans. I used to love to play soccer. But to call a soccer game, I don't know. There's just so much dead time where the ball is just nowhere near, there's not a lot of danger. You know what I mean? Like the puck can be at center ice, and in a half of a second, all of a sudden it's over the blue line and there's a chance for somebody, right? But with soccer, it's just like the dude kicks the ball and it's in the air and it's flying and it's still flying and it lands and there's really nobody near it. And you're not even really anywhere near the goal. And the guy's going to jog over. Now he's got the ball and he kicks it and it's going back the other way and it's still in the air and it's in the air. And now it lands. I mean, it's just like we would have to talk something else and then be like, oh, crap, goal. Maybe that's just me.
So
I know soccer is popular with a lot of people.
Occam's Razor says Manfred needs to be ousted as commissioner. He's killing the MLB. Well, I just remember like a couple of years ago when the CBA was up for renegotiation and the hilariously bad faith negotiating that the MLB was having with the players union. Right. There's a whole video that Urinating Jury did, a dramatic reenactment of those CBA negotiations. So,
yeah. Well,
yeah.
You never did start that baseball channel.
No.
But having the football and the hockey works because there's only a little bit of overlap. Which next year, there's definitely going to be some interesting things for us to figure out because the Dolphins are on prime time 5 times.
5 times.
I mean, one of them is Thanksgiving, so there won't be hockey on that day. But there's going to be numerous games that could possibly coincide with the Panthers. So we'll have to. I would almost be assured that we're going to have another one of those double head streams like we did the first year, where we're covering 2 games at once.
Yeah.
Or maybe Nick, twist the wrist, or maybe Nick will be able to cover another game for us like he did this year during the playoffs.
MJ,
thank you, MJ.
Says do some crazy Bill videos. Those are hilarious.
We'll probably knock one out this summer. It just depends on the dog. You know what I mean? It's a little bit different now. But if I can write a script that would have me and the boys it would have to be short. You know what I mean? Short bursts of filming. So what's that?
That's Mo Yahangard with 20.
You, Mo. Thank you, buddy. Thank you.
Says, hello, guys. Happy Friday. I think the Panthers have the cup in the bag. I am rooting for the Oilers, but still, congrats. This Panthers team deserves the cup. So does the Panthers fan base.
Hey, thank you, Mo. Much appreciated. Hats off to you. Thank you for joining us. Thank you, bud. Outstanding. Yeah, it's time. It's time this team finishes. I mean, getting there all last year, and just the way it went down, Kachuk breaking his sternum, that leaves a bad taste in your mouth where you're like, man, what could have happened if he doesn't break that sternum, And even Maurice kind of confirmed it in one of his comments, the end of game 4, when, Chucky had that chance in front. Maurice said that he just, because of the injury, he couldn't lift the puck, and that's what ended up happening. And so you get all that way and you lose. And they have been laser focused in this whole year, and that is not easy to do for the length of time that they've been focused in. There was some spots during the season. Remember, we kept saying they were saving it for the playoffs.
Yeah.
And now we see that they definitely were saving. They've got their full complement of energy at the end of these games. They're just ready to go.
DM says, who are some other hockey channels do y'all watch? the hockey guy, Steve Dangle, Spitting Chicklets Locked On Network.
I watch Dangle occasionally.
I watch.
He's been doing the cup check videos. He's been very complimentary of the Panthers. I don't really watch Spitting Chicklets that much. I do watch the hockey guy on occasion. I like Paul from the locker room, Nick Twisted Wrister. Hockey Psychology is one that I'll watch. Johnny Hockey's another one that I'll watch. The Locked On Network, I've not been a huge fan of their format. No disrespect. I know there's a Panthers guy. I watched him a couple of times. But the Locked On, most of the people on the Locked On Network, kind of bland. I think he kind of likes to give new people a start, right? But it's a corporate thing, so they can't really be, I'm independent, so I'm lucky that way. If whatever I want to say, I can say. I don't answer to anybody. A lot of the, there's not just Locked On. Well, there's hockey now, like George is.
Yeah.
They have to be, they're credentialed media, so they have to play within a box that I don't have to play.
Owl says Leon Draisaitl has gone pointless in his first 3 Stanley Cup Finals games, and it is his first 3 games pointless streak since March 7 to 11, 2020.
Wow.
Literally it hasn't happened since before a certain event of 2020.
Holy crap. That's good on us, but good on him. That's a long time to go without having a 3-game pointless streak. It's been that long? That's absurd.
Yeah.
What if Fluffy wants? What if Fluffy needs?
So.
Yeah, MJ, that's the one thing that, it's because of you and people like you with the financial support keeps us independent. I wouldn't have been able to. I'm not good with working for other people and being told, well, you have to say things in a certain manner. And I'm not capable of it. Like it's not even an ego thing. It's I'm not capable of it.
Skylar says y'all should stream from the stadium tomorrow. Well, we can't make it to the stadium, obviously, but I'm sure there might be my dad and I have made plans for tomorrow night if certain
Yeah. We've got something coming, but I don't want to give it away just yet. What's that?
Amy, thank you for the 10.
Amy.
Thank you, Amy.
Thank you, Amy.
Says thanks for the commentary, guys. Bring the cup home, Panthers.
Oh yeah, much appreciated. Thank you.
All right, so
yeah, and I saw it. Somebody else had talked about Eck, and that's true. What was the question? Only people what?
Only people to watch out for the YouTube Gestapo. Some feeds are still off limits.
Yeah, you just over the years you learn just to keep it to sports. I'm old. I grew up in a time where somebody could crack a joke and everybody was like, "That's funny." You can't live your life assuming people are going to have a sense of humor anymore. So you just keep it 100% to sports, and you're pretty much safe. It's got to be 100%. There's no nuance with being able to crack a joke about anything. So, okay, Kyle, you did 1 hour and 4 minutes.
Yeah.
You're free now. And I'm going to mow grass.
Yeah, so that just means I'll have to be down here while you're mowing.
You can be down here rubbing the whiny. You good now? You got anything to say?
I think he's good.
Roar.
Don't get him started.
He wants to talk. Roar. No, you're not going to talk now? You don't want to talk?
Hey, David, thank you for the 10.
Hey, thank you, David. Thank you, bud.
Says,
thank you, David.
You guys are awesome. Have a good one.
Oh, man, much appreciated. Thank you, guys. All right.
Yeah.
So, if you follow, I might have one of those podcasts out tonight on the other channel, on the men's channel. If I'm going to do it, I will post the link to the community board, but it'll be a bit later. Obviously, those are 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock, because I'm just sitting here with Fluffy. I've been trying to knock one out, but I just haven't been able to do it. But I think tonight we might be able to. And then I'll have some content out tomorrow morning, and then half hour before face-off. Hey, thank you, MJ.
Thank you, MJ,
buddy.
and Skyler.
And Skyler. Thank you, bud. Thank you, guys.
MJ says, we want the cup. We want the cup.
Yes.
And Skyler says, go Panthers. Thanks for the content, y'all.
Thank you, Skyler. Much appreciated, bud. And then everybody have your razors ready. I'm going to have a community post out tomorrow morning about what special things we will have planned here should we be skating with the cup tomorrow night. So make sure you watch that. All right. Okay?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, everybody. Go enjoy your rest of your Friday. Don't do anything I would do.
Yeah. Owl says Bob has the highest save percentage in Stanley Cup Finals history currently.
Really?
Patrick Waugh 974, Bob 984.
Wow, and that's with the 2 goals last night.
Is that before or after the 2 goals? All right.
Yeah.
We'll see you. We'll see you.
All right, everybody.
Tomorrow.
We'll see you tomorrow.